Good afternoon, everyone. Today I'll be talking on a topic, the Paleolithic record of Konkan, Mahrashtra from Malvan and beyond. These are the list of topics which I will be covering. A brief introduction to the geography of Konkan region, which have already been spoken, but I'll talk about it in a very brief way. A brief introduction to the prehistoric research conducted in the region, and a Paleolithic study of Malvan Taluka, which is my study area, and summary. This is a map of Mahrashtra where the region of Konkan is highlighted in blue. It is bounded by the Western Ghats in the east and the Arabian Sea to the west. The region is also characterized by rocky coastline, rugged terrain, beautiful beaches, and depending on the region, and some of the regions are densely vegetated, some of them are barren landscape. The prehistoric investigation in the Konkan region was pioneered by K.R.U. Todd when he reported a continuous cultural sequence from the site of Kandivali, comprising of Acheulean to microlithic artifacts. He also went on to report several microlithic sites around the region of Mumbai. Subsequently, S.C. Malik also carried out re-exploratory work around the region of Mumbai. He also reported Middle Paleolithic and microlithic sites. Sankalia sir also re-explored the Kandivali area, reporting the presence of Middle Paleolithic, and stated that there are no Lower Paleolithic assemblage from the site of Kandivali. Following which prehistoric investigations were subsequently carried out by several scholars, where Lower Paleolithic sites, Middle Paleolithic sites, and microlithic sites were reported from various regions in the Konkan. One of the key sites which I want to mention is the Acheulean site of Pedambe, where A.K. Sharma had reported Acheulean artifacts on hand axes and scrapers made on quartzite. And according to him, these findings suggest the movement of early hominins carrying quartzite and quartzitic sandstone in at Deccan Trap region. He also reported Lower Paleolithic site from Tansa Valley in Thane district. Recently, a re-exploratory work was carried out by Joglega at the site of Pedambe, where he reported Acheulean artifacts made on basalt and gabbro, and he stated that the artifacts reported by A.K. Sharma are instead made on basalt and gabbro and not quartzite. Another key site which I want to mention is the site of Susrondi in Ratnagiri district. It was explored and excavated by A.R. Marathe, and he collected artifacts, comprising of hand axes, cleavers, picks, choppers, scrapers, and flakes made from basalt. And on the basis of dipomorphological analysis, he concluded that the cave has been occupied by late Acheulean hominins. So these are some of key microlithic sites which were explored and excavated. So looking at the overall data from Konkan, we have the presence of Lower Paleolithic sites where bifacial elements are reported along with unifacial elements. Middle Paleolithic sites are also reported along with microlithic sites, and these sites are reported on various elevations and from various geomorphic contexts. So this is my study area located in the southernmost part of Maharashtra in Sindhudurg district. The region consists of rugged terrain consisting of hills, plateaus, and low-lying plains. The region also has two major rivers, the Ghat River and the Karli River. The taluka is also famous for the famous Sindhudurg fort built by Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. The geology of the region is represented by granite gneiss, the quartzite of the Kalatki series, and ferricrete of primary and secondary type. The discovery of Paleolithic sites in the Malvan Taluka is pioneered by Satira Gazdar, where she discovered 4 lower Paleolithic sites and 4 middle Paleolithic sites. She also went on to carry out a small-scale excavation at the site of Hardy, and according to her, the lower Paleolithic assemblage from Malvan lacks bifacial elements, and stated that the culture is core and flake industry. The middle Paleolithic was stated as flake and scraper technology. So keeping in mind the potential of the region it holds, re-exploration of the region was carried out where the previously reported sites, and along with we also reported newly discovered sites of Middle Paleolithic and Microlithic sites. So for today's presentation, I will be focusing on 4 key sites. The site of Hardy, which is located at 2 meters above the mean sea level, Sarchikot at 9 meters above the mean sea level, Tondivli, and Salal Nankabad. This is the site of Salal Nankabad. It is a lower Paleolithic site located 23 kilometers east of Malvan. The site is located in a quartzite hillock. The hillocks and its surroundings are densely vegetated. This is an aerial representation of the site where a part of the hillock is under mango cultivation. This is how the artifacts are currently coming up. So the context of the archaeology is that the hillock has formed a colluvium apron where artifacts mixed with natural clasts are coming out from the colluvium deposit. This is how the artifacts are currently observed at the site. This is a schematic representation of the hillock where we have observed quartzite outcrop at the crest of the hill. Along the slope, we also find that artifacts along with natural clasts are mixed. And along the foot of the hill, we are also finding artifacts and natural clasts. These are how the artifacts are found at the site. These are some of the cores which we had collected from the site. This is a large core. This is also a core on a flake which we have collected. These are some of the artifacts from the site. And right next to the hillock, we also observed that mining, full-fledged mining activity is happening, carrying out. Now coming to the site of Hardy, the site is located at the floodplain of the Ghat River at 2 meters above the mean sea level, and this is also one of the sites where Gazdar had carried out a small-scale excavation. She also collected the greatest concentration of artifacts comprising of flakes, scrapers, and unifacial choppers. This is a general view of the site where you can see the Ghat River, and artifacts are found from the silt deposit. We also observed that the quartzite are in some places of the site are exposed. And during the exploration, we were fortunate enough to locate an abandoned pit where we saw that the artifacts were actually coming out of this rubble, poorly sorted rubble deposit. And because the silt deposit is very thin, the artifacts are today getting exposed at the surface. We also collected a large flake from the section. These are some of the large flakes and large cutting tools. Today the site is under continuous illegal mining activity is happening, modern construction is happening, which is leading to accumulation of a lot of rubbles. These are not artifacts, but these are modern rubbles. Coming to the site of Tondivli, we have, this is also located north of Malvan town, and around 1 kilometers away from the site of Hardy. The site is also located at 47 meters above the mean sea level. So this is a general view of the site. It is sparsely vegetated. The view of the Arabian Sea from the site. During the survey, we observed that we saw that artifacts were found within from the ferricrete gravel, and further exploration had led to our finding that the artifacts are also embedded in the ferricrete gravel. A close-up view of the artifacts. So this is one of those several mining trenches that were abandoned by locals. So we saw several of these, and we were thinking why they had abandoned such mining trenches, because unlike the ones which we saw at Salel, where it was dug around 5 to 10 meters deep, this was just dug at a depth of half a meter, and they were abandoned. So we also saw that these abandoned mining pits were also filled with modern silt. And we also observed that the artifacts along with ferricrete blocks and chunks were scattered across the surface. These are some of the ferricrete blocks that were dug up. And later we came to the realization that when the locals were actually digging the site of Tondivli to get a clean brick which they would use it for construction, they were instead getting this rehardened crust which was not suitable to use for construction. So after several trial and error, they finally abandoned the site. So this is one of the most interesting sites, where the site of Sarchikot, it is at 9 meters above the mean sea level. The site is on a cliff facing the Arabian Sea. Today, the artifacts are found at the surface of the ferricrete and also consolidated within the ferricrete. Another view of the site of Sarchikot. This is a panoramic view of the site, where you can see that the site is pretty small comparing to the other sites, and you can see that erosions are happening, leading to destruction of the site. We also observed that this thick, almost 30 to 40 centimeters thick ferricrete gravel deposit is where the artifacts are coming from. Today, because of erosion, we are either finding artifacts from the loose ferricrete gravel getting exposed at the surface, or consolidated within this ferricrete gravel. So these are the examples of the artifacts which are getting exposed from the loose ferricrete gravel. And these are also some of the close-up pictures where the cliff is today continuously rapidly being eroded away by the actions of the wave. Another picture. So in summary, I just would like to state that the lower Paleolithic assemblage from Malvan is represented by a distinctive characteristic comprising of a biface assemblage. The middle Paleolithic here is characterized by a distinctive flake blade scraper industry. And regarding the geomorphic context and the site distribution, the Paleolithic sites are found in a colluvium deposit, loose ferricrete gravel deposit, consolidated ferricrete gravel deposit, or in alluvium deposit. Sites are today located at various elevations, both inland and also near the coast. Lower Paleolithic sites are almost located near the outcrop area or around the outcrop area, and Middle Paleolithic and Microlithic sites are located away from the outcrop area. To conclude, a more exploratory and discussions and reinvestigations of the reported prehistoric sites are required, as the region offers a unique geographical opportunity. These are the individuals and organizations which I want to thank.
very interesting where they have abandoned it.
Yeah.
That means that the artifacts are not occurring in actual laterite, which is what they want.
Yeah,
No?
yeah.
So I think this is a very interesting new thing which you are saying.
Yes.
And then, recovering that site of Hardy, where now, like initially, like everything that wasn't Acheulean was considered like we are looking for something pre-Acheulean.
Right.
But I think now it's well established that these are actually part of the post-Acheulean. So this is again contributing to, like, we were just missing, like there's Acheulean and then microliths. So again, you are having many sites which are falling in this. So we really need to have an open mind. We are having, I think, just realize it's a very big time.
Right.
So everything in this time is not going to be the same. And we can give some general term, but obviously if you're getting somewhere from 500,000 to 100,000, then we can expect that there may be many entities and you don't find them in stratigraphy.
Right.
So initially we don't know which one is the older one. We can have some hypothesis. So I think this is a very important, everybody's work is very important because we have no data. It's okay to make hypotheses, like, you do get some idea which one might be older, but don't be too firm because we can be surprised. So I would just like to, and your presentation was excellent.
Oh, thank you.
I think everybody who have criticized, you had very nice visuals, you stuck to the time, and you, even I was thinking like, oh no, why doesn't she go to the end? But the part which wasn't about your work, the background and the previous work, you went through it very fast.
Yeah.
So I think, final thing is, you get praise on the presentation, you get praise on you've done a lot of work.
Thank you, ma'am.
And also, it's contributing to something that everybody's interested in knowing.
Yeah.
So I think, should I say anything more? Satisfied?
Just one small question. You mentioned no hand axes and cleavers.
Yeah.
So did you get any smaller cobbles or anything with bifacial flaking?
We have discoid cores. So other than that, I did not find anything. And then the other large cutting tools which I'm getting are on large flakes, which doesn't have any retouches. Other than, they have done some retouches, secondary retouching to hold the artifact properly, but not along the cutting edge. That's all I found. But we have discoid cores.